Houston, we have a problem. I'm gonna have to cut this slab off of here and free up the blade before I can do anything. Oh yeah, we got some spalting. When I get to a squared up cant like this, well, I'm finally getting around to firing up my TIMBERKING B20 sawmill for the year. I started cutting up this pile of logs last fall, and before I knew it, winter had snuck up on me. So the sawmill just got left here. I didn't even have a chance to put it away before it was buried in the snowbank. This pile of logs actually been sitting here for a few years now. There's a few oak logs here that I cut in the wintertime when the sap was out, and the rest are hard maple that were rejects from when I was cutting logs a few years ago. I had a measuring stick malfunction when I was sawing my logs, and some of these logs I cut a foot too short, so they're 7-foot logs instead of 8-foot logs, and the big log company wouldn't buy them, so I dragged them here so I could cut them up on my own sawmill. Kind of a shame because there were some pretty nice logs and I ruined them by cutting them too short, so I need to salvage something out of these logs. I couldn't bring myself to just cut them up into firewood, so I gotta get something out of them with the sawmill. Being that these logs have been sitting on the ground here for close to 4 years now, I'm expecting to find some decent spalting in these hard maple logs. Can't wait to open them up and see what they look like. So let's see what we've got. Thumbs up, baby. Oh yeah, check it out. Definitely got some spalting coming through. Mighty fine. Well, let me double check my measurements, see how my cant's doing. Get to a squared up cant like this, I like to turn it over by hand because the log turner is a bit aggressive and tends to chew up my cants a bit too much. Oh yeah, check out that spalting coming through. Mighty fine. Oh yeah, a little bit of stress in this log. Time to round up another log. Alright, let's get this baby up there. Well, that ought to do it. The hydraulics can take it from here. Houston, we have a problem. The blade just stopped cutting. The blade motor died. Like an idiot, I forgot to throttle it up before I started the cut, so it made this whole cut at half throttle until the motor finally died. Now the blade's stuck in the middle of this log. Oh joy. Oh yeah, she's stuck in there. If I fire up the engine and try to restart the blade right now, I'm just gonna burn up my belt because that blade is stuck pretty good inside the log. I'm gonna have to cut this slab off of here and free up the blade before I can do anything.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe. Thumbs up, baby.
In retrospect, I should not have cut the slab shorter. I should have left it the full length and it would have been easier to pry it up and break it off above the blade here. But now I gotta use a pry bar. No big deal. I'll just have to keep that in mind for next time. Not that I'm planning on doing this again anytime soon. There we go. Back in action. Okay, ops check complete. I gotta put that blade cover back on, and I definitely don't want to do it with the blade spinning. Let me slap this baby back on and I'll be back in action. Well, there you have it. I managed to make a lot of sawdust and a few spalted maple boards at the same time. Not too shabby.